Hey kids, how's everybody out there in YouTube land this evening? I'm sorry I was so late getting started, but my phone was being stupid this evening, and apparently I had to whip and beat it into submission to get it to do things correctly. So, fortunately, I think we finally got it working right now. Hey, what's up? How you doing, this guy? What's happening? A wise guy. I'm sorry. Hey, Alan Pierce, how you doing? Hey, Crow, what's up, man? How you doing? Hey, Douglas, how you feeling, buddy? Hey, Billy, what's up, man? Hello, Barb. Hey, Pilot, what's happening? Good to see everybody here. I'm sorry I was so late getting started, but my phone was being stupid today, and I had to beat it into submission, so glad to spend a few minutes watching every day. Well, I'm glad you're here, man. David, hey, your beard's coming back quick. Yeah, it's a little too gray, but it's coming back in. Maybe I should get some shoe polish and something on here, huh? So, hey, Stuckabc, what's up, man? How you doing? I don't know if you guys can see this, but I have a dog in my lap. She comes up and plops her head on me. Hello, dog. Hello, dog. I'm doing a live stream now. Hey, Jared, how you doing, man? So it just started raining moments ago. The wind is blowing pretty good out there at the moment. Probably up around 16, 17, 18 miles an hour, something like that. I am moved way over on the opposite side of the bay from where I was at. I am deep in the mooring field now, off on one side, very, very close to shore. So, on dialysis at North Shore Hospital, Manhasset, with gallbladder issues. Well, okay, so you're getting your dialysis done there. What are they saying about the gallbladder? What's the prognosis? Or if you want to talk about that later, talk to me later. That's fine. So the storm not getting bad really. Well, it just started. It was forecasted to start at 6. It's starting at 7. I've got everything battened down and shut down. So we'll wait and see how it is. But NOAA is calling for a gale warning in effect from now until 6 a.m. in the morning. So it looks like we're going to have this going on all night long here. And, you know, the mooring ball, well, frankly, it's going to let me sleep tonight, to be honest with you. I am looking outside. I do see the neighboring boats' masts, you know, whipping by and bouncing up and down as the boat's moving here. The wind's kind of rocking me from side to side quite a bit. So, hopefully we won't go too far. So, treating with strong antibiotics. Okay, hey Chip, hang tight. Oh, we're hanging, man. Yeah, Lester, big storm coming. JFK radar looks terrible. Yep. So, treating with strong IV antibiotics. Okay, well, I hope it makes you feel better, Doug. You seem to be, you know, up and about, communicative a little bit more anyway than what you were earlier. So, hopefully it's making you feel better, buddy. We're worried about you, man. I know I've been, and I know a lot of people watching on here have been calling me and texting me and wanting to know how Doug's doing, you know. People have specifically contacted me just to see how Doug's doing. I really haven't been able to give them an answer. I just get what little bit you and Claire have been sharing. So, and I know it's frustrating for you because the doctors take forever and you really don't get any real news. You know, they almost don't even tell you what's going on until the last minute. Like, okay, we're going to do surgery now in 2 minutes. And, you know, instead of telling you the day before what the plan was. So, wind advisory issued 20 to 30 mile per hour overnight with gusts of 45. Advisory starts at 11 and runs till 6 tomorrow. Hold on tight. Okay. Yep. The whole channel missed you yesterday, Doug. There you go. Everybody gives Doug some well wishes. Very good. And while you're doing those well wishes, Doug, I want to touch base with you. Seeley Shannon, the guy up in Eagle River, Alaska, just so you know, he's now in Seattle. His kidney that he got from his wife, his body's trying to reject it. So he's now in Seattle getting treated for his body trying to reject his new kidney. So he said something about you should contact him to make sure they were doing something in the drugs they were giving you to keep you hydrated. Maybe that they were doing something with the blood to dry it out too much or something like that. I'm not sure. I didn't quite follow what he was saying, but I think I gave you his contact info. If not, let me know and I'll give it to you. So, are you worried about the winds? Well, yes, of course I am. Yeah. Hopefully you've got some edibles. Yeah, I doubt it. He's in the hospital. So he's probably not doing much of anything fun at the moment. So, hey, Gene, what's up, man? Hey, pilot. Oh, well secured to their mornings also. Yeah, I hope so, Barb. I mean, you never know. It's a crapshoot any way you look at it. I was kind of impressed with the mooring that I'm on. It's a buoy hanging off of chain going down to a 500-pound mushroom. And up at the top, he already has it split into a harness for me. So it already comes up, splits into two lines. So I've got one on either cleat on my bow. So the load is being shared by the two bow cleats as it is. So kind of nice. It was already set up that way. So I do feel fairly secure sitting here right now. Plus, I'm really close to the shore, the direction the wind's coming from. So the wind doesn't have much time to build up much waves between the shore and me. So I'll be in a much easier place to hang out than where I was out in the middle of the bay. We are normally get nothing compared to what they get later on in the year. Wind is why you can sail pretty much 7 days a week on Long Island, always windy here. Well, yeah, that may be true, Callie, but not necessarily this windy. So, hey, Paul. Hey, Carl. It started here in New Jersey. I just had to upright some plants in my yard. Okay. Well, that's not good. Are you on a mooring? Yes, I am on a mooring right now. I came off the anchor. And let me tell you something, guys. I had one hell of a time getting that rock net to break loose. Now, once I got it broke loose, it came up. I had no problem, you know, pulling up the 33-pound rock and the chain. You know, it was only 50-some pounds. I had no problem pulling that up on deck. But breaking it loose, it was everything I could do to put lift on that arm to break that up. And then I had to cleat it off and then let the wave motion in the bay here, you know, yank on that, yank on that, yank on that for a while before it finally came loose. And then I noticed that all of a sudden the boat was drifting. So all of a sudden it had come loose. But man, I was tugging and tugging and tugging on that. It was everything my back and legs could do to pull up on that arm. So that rockna was pretty well set. But it did come loose, and once it broke loose, it retrieved and came up on deck nice and easy. So let's see, what's up? Hey, Ian, did you get your new companionway door installed? Not completely. I've got it all painted and done. I just didn't get the holes drilled through. I really got delayed in getting moved over here to the mooring ball. It just took forever this morning waiting for the water taxi guy to meet me over here and show me what ball he wanted me to be on. And I mean, like, it was like 10 o'clock by the time he and I finally got over here. He was just busy running a whole bunch of stuff. He had some of his help not show up, so he was shorthanded this morning. And so I didn't even get to do a laundry run. I just had to do a quick fuel run and then a provisioning run. Got back here on the boat, so I didn't have time to drill the holes and mount the hardware in the companionway door. So I do have my old one up. I mean, it'll work, but it's just not waterproof like the new one is. So let's see what I missed in the chat. Good morning, winter blue skies. The sun is out, not a breath of air. I was asked to go to church today, but pulled a sickie. I'm sure I'll be forgiven. There you go, Mike. Good to know. Good to hear the rock to hold so well. Yeah, Gene, it was solid in there. Lester like lines. Maybe you should have just stayed on it. Well, you know, maybe, but I'm going to sleep a whole lot better tonight on a mooring ball than I would out in the bay. I can tell you right now, out in the middle of Manhasset Bay right now, it's rocking and rolling. The wind's blowing out there and they're blowing up some pretty big waves. Where I am right now, I'm so close to shore I'm only maybe 100 yards this way to the shore, and that's the way the wind's coming. So I'm in behind a little bit of a hillside here in a housing area and some apartments. So I'm kind of sheltered a little bit from the wind. Out in the middle of the bay, they've got some big waves blowing up already. So I don't know you, Doug, but from human to another, stay positive. There you go. Nice test. Yeah, Dave, I thought so. Gale is strong wind, typically used as a descriptor in nautical context. The U.S. National Weather Service defines a gale 34 to 47 knots or 38 to 54 miles per hour sustained surface winds. There you go. Now, Sandy was some serious wind. That was concerned about. These winds are just typical Long Island weather. We get like this about every 7 to 10 days. Okay. I'll be down that way in a couple of weeks. Could you get up and show the bridle? Just want to know how good they are before I get there. Max, no. I'm filming this with my cell phone. It is not waterproof. I'm not going out on deck. It's raining right now. That's why I'm down below. So no, I can't show you the bridle right now, but sufficient to say the bridles are very good. There's some really big boats. I mean, boats 3 times the size of my boat on some of these mooring balls. I mean, there's some 50+ footers over here that are on balls. So I'm sure if they can hold that big a boat, they'll hold mine just fine, and I'm sure they'll hold you just fine as well. Be safe tonight. I'm hoping to be. Did you sail yet? I'm not even going to go there, Ian. Place of mind is worth a lot. You're in the lead. Yep, I am. Better safe than sorry. Yep. Carol, hello, Carl Brook. I watch the channel on and off for quite some time. I don't routinely comment on chats. Too scared, I guess. Well, Carol, there's no reason to be afraid. Come up and say hello and chat. You're always welcome here I mean, as long as you're not being troll-like, you're more than welcome to come up here and have fun. JFK east-northeast at 18 miles per hour, gusting to 25. There you go. Good to hear you got some protection at the new mooring. Yep, that's why I moved over here. So, hey, Country Cruiser, just got notification, huh? Doug says, thanks, Cheryl. Hey, Kelly Banks, how you doing? Can't text me, you're driving. I get it. Okay, well, I'm glad you guys are here. Thank you, pilot. Thank you, Carl. Okay. How many stars would you give it out of 10? I would stay on a 7. But, yeah, I would easily say, it's 8 or 9 out of a 10. I'm completely comfortable. I'm going to sleep like a rock tonight on their mooring without any worry whatsoever. Banks in the house. Yep. There you go, Carol. Thanks, everyone. Well, you're welcome, Carol. So anyhow, that's kind of what we're doing today. We ran around, did some errands, did some provisioning. I got groceries and that kind of stuff. Got water, got fuel. Filled up my extra diesel tanks, made sure all the diesel was topped off, and pretty much it. Then got on the boat and stripped everything down, wrapped everything up. I found that my sail cover, for some reason, the zipper on my sail cover, the zipper part all the way at the top has exceeded past the top and has come off. You know, you would zip it up and it stops at the top. Well, the stop thing is not there anymore, and it just flew off the end of the zipper. So, fortunately, the zipper's all holding, so I wrapped a whole bunch of bungee straps around it to catch it. In the wind, I don't want my sail coming loose and all of a sudden getting caught up in the wind. So, I literally wrapped it in bungee cords. I must have 30 bungee cords out there wrapped around my sail and the sail cover and all, still holding it together. So the zipper's up. It just I don't know how I'm going to get it down. I guess will be the next problem. So you don't want your zipper down. Nope, definitely don't want the zipper down. So hey, Steve, how you doing, man? Glad to hear you stopped up and safe. Yeah, Doug, just hang out here and try to stay dry. So I've stayed on moorings that were no way 10-star. They were garbage. Yeah, there are some that are garbage. This one looks like it's in perfectly brand new shape. So, yep, Dave, can't put a price on safety. You're absolutely correct. Are you still going to use your anchor alarm for safety? Yes, I have my anchor alarm set right now, as a matter of fact. Me too, Lefter. That's why I asked. 7 stars out of 10. 10 is awesome. Yep. What storm is this? It doesn't have a name that I'm aware of yet. It's just It's a it's not really a hurricane, although it's cycling like a hurricane. It's a spinning storm that's heading north, but the wind speed isn't high enough to be a tropical storm or a hurricane. They're calling it a gale. I guess whatever nomenclature they want to give it, but it was enough to make me decide it would be a good idea to go ahead and jump on a mooring ball for tonight. And I'm just going to watch the weather pattern, watch the forecast, and see what it looks like going forward as to whether or not I'm going to spend any more time on the mooring ball or if I'm going to drop back onto anchor. So, are you using a snubber? No, I'm not using a snubber, Jared. Their mooring was already set up with a split harness set up. So I've already got their lines connected to either of my bow cleats on either side. So there was no place to put a snubber in between that. Now let's make a nice hot meat. Okay. I don't understand the star rating. Is this like an actual scale? No, I don't think so, Sailing. It's a nomenclature, yep. I don't think it's an official thing. No, I don't think so either. I don't think so either. I think it's a gale. Whatever they want to call a gale, it's a gale. Mike Smith says, no love sailing, Carl's getting trolled. Yeah, maybe. I'm from the UK. I've never understood why there are so many wooden houses when there is so many storms. What's wrong with brick? It's expensive. So, yeah. So anyhow, kids, that's kind of what we did today. We got all hunkered down, and we're sitting down here trying to wear out the storm or wait out the storm. So now it's time to make a hot meal. Yeah, I actually made a sandwich just a little bit ago. So I'm not planning on doing any cooking while there's a storm going on. Last thing I need is pots of boiling water sloshing around on the boat. So, although I got to admit, where I am right now, even though my boat's doing this on the mooring, I'm kind of back and forth on the mooring. I'm really not doing any of this kind of stuff in the water. I mean, the boat feels pretty steady, except for the back and forth motion that I'm experiencing. So, but that's because I'm so close to shore. The waves can't get the wind can't get a grip on the water to build up a wave that quickly. So Lester like Lions, it's just extra winds that we usually get here for a few hours. Lester, high winds are the storm here, so no big deal. Callie, I don't know if you're not watching the big picture about this storm that's formed down in the Cape and the Carolinas. It's working its way up the coast. That's hardly typical wind for this area. I've lived in this area, for the better part of my youth, 4th grade through high school, and then after that started my family here. Lived in Port Washington most of my young life, and this is not typical. This is getting a big storm coming in. So windy there type of, yes, yeah, Max, it's going to be windy tonight. It is going to get better, although there's some more big wind coming in, I believe, on Thursday as well. So I just think continuous building of wooden homes must all tally up. Just a thought. No, not really. A few hours on a regular basis. Okay. Kelly wants to know what the drink of this evening is. Oh, Kelly, I'm just drinking seltzer water, man. I'm not drinking anything alcoholic with the storm coming in, just in case I have to get up on deck and start the engine and drive the boat or whatever, or deal with somebody else floating down and hitting into me or whatever. I'm just I'm staying sober while the storm's going on. So, not a night for drinking. It was great for testing my sailing skills. So there you go. Actually make Dodgers and sail covers. Oh, that's cool. I need both. I need a Dodger and a sail cover. So, it was an enormous storm. I just looked at the radar. Yeah, it's getting pretty big. Weather patterns are changing across the globe. They certainly are, Mike. Turn on the Weather Channel and you will see the storms Carl is talking about. Yeah, Chip, I don't have Weather Channel. I'm sure everybody else does. I don't have television here, so. If I was you, I would just sail to the other side of the world and avoid the storm. Well, yeah, it might take a little while to get there, though. I will check. Yep. Yep. And guys, this is not like a hurricane. I mean, it's going to be big wind and stuff. This is not a hurricane by any means. It's not that kind of stuff. So, too bad you aren't in my area. Yeah, well, what is your area, Love Sailing? I don't know what area you're in, so. So anyhow, yeah, we just took precautions. I mean, I probably could have stayed out there on the mooring or on the anchor, but I just figured it was going to be safer to come back here and grab a mooring ball for the night. So, and in actuality, I had a lot of errands I had to run today. I mean, I was planning on making 3 trips with the water taxi, so that would have been $18 of the $25 a mooring ball cost. So really, when you look at it that way, you know, because when you're on the mooring ball, you get free water taxi service. So I mean, really, the in that regards, the water taxi or the mooring only cost me what, you know, $8-9 or something. So should you have taken your sails and canvas off to make less windage? Rather than do that, what I did is I just wrapped them up really tight to make less windage. I mean, normally my sail bag makes a pretty good size area that the wind can get a purchase on. But what I did is I have a whole crap load of bungee cords. The guy who owned the boat ahead of me just had like 50 bungee cords. And so I just wrapped them all around the mainsail. I mean, it looks like some sort of weird bondage thing going on, but and then the jibs, the jibs on roller furling, and I've got it secure. It's tight. So let's see. Good idea. It's getting dark. Yep. Cape May has 30-mile-per-hour winds right now. Wow. Should you have taken your sails canvas off? Okay, I did that. Did you grow up along the sea? I grew up there in Port Washington. Yeah. Gotta love water taxis. Yep. Car, you're going to be fine with new lines and on a good mooring. Have a cocktail. You've seen worse. Yeah, Steve, I'm just being cautious, man. What's a water taxi? It's a boat service. The water taxi here in Port Washington has 3 different launches that they use. You call them up on the radio. They come to your boat, pick you up, and drop you off wherever you want to be dropped off on shore. And then you can call them from shore. They'll pick you up, then take you wherever you want to go to on wherever your boat is at. So, I mean, like a taxi, but on a boat. It's a boat taxi. So, 80-mile-per-hour winds Thursday, not fun. Oh yeah, Kelly, that would not be fun. A yellow boat. Actually, no, they're really not yellow. That would have made sense, but you guys are getting some butt kicked down south. Yeah, waves from No-Yo Harbor, huh? Especially with the heat. Especially with the heat. Okay, I'm not sure what that's about, but okay. So look, we've got 100 people watching and only 15 thumbs up, guys. Come on, pound a thumbs up. Where's my dinghy? My dinghy is tied onto the back of my stern. It is mostly deflated just from the cold air, actually. But it's on the back of my stern. I drained it today and cleaned up the underside a little bit. And it's just, I'm letting it hang out there on a secure line on the back. I don't have room for it down below. And if I rolled it up and tied it up on deck, it would just create more windage. So the best place for it to be is right behind the back of the boat, which is where it is now. So, is this a tropical storm? No, not that, I don't believe so, no. You said the taxi is free if on a mooring. Is the pump out boat free as well? You know, Max, I don't know. I don't know what the charge is for the pump out boat. I know there's a free pump out boat over at the town dock, but you have to have, like, you know, 5 or 6 feet draft and nothing more than that. I know there's free water and a free pump out over at the town dock. I don't know if the pump out boat that comes to your boat is free or not. I'll try to find out and have an answer for you soon. So, the storm came and went so fast. Yeah. So is the moorage full with people seeking a safe haven? Yes, it is. I heard them talk on the radio earlier. Some people, some people at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon were coming in trying to find moorings, and they said all the moorings were full already. So yeah, it filled up quite earlier. So, okay, well, Somebody using my name saying forum, when do you think you'll be sailing past the Georgia coast? Probably not until November, but I really dislike you using my name in the forum in your name, so I suggest you find something else to do. What about seagull poo on the boat? What about seagull poo on the boat? Here in Baltimore we have rain and a little wind. Okay. I draw 510, so would be close. Yep, that would be close. Carl says, how do I keep rain out of your doorway? I guess it's called a companionway. I saw it was open on top in another video, and where does the water go on your deck go? Okay, Carol, on the first of all, let me deal with the water on deck runs along the edge of the deck and goes out what we call scuppers, which are small openings along the way that allows the water to exit. My companionway door is closed. There you can see it's closed right there. It has a sliding roof that retracts over the companionway that closes it up from on top. And there's a board that sits down inside of it that keeps it weather tight. Any rain that hits that rolls down and drains into the cockpit, which is the back seating area there up on deck. And the cockpit does have a drain hole in the back that allows the water to drain out through it. So all of the water gets routed and then drains off either the sides or the back of the boat. Good question. The rain sucks. Well, the rain washes the salt off, so I'm not too worried about it. Weird. Did I miss news on Doug? We don't have a whole lot of news on Doug, except that Doug, he's on the chat here. Doug is in the hospital. They have him on IV antibiotics, trying to get the swelling down of his gallbladder, with plans that they're probably going to do surgery and remove it. I'm interested in sailing as well, live in Sag Harbor, trying to learn about is how I came about your channel. How often do you have to pump out your boat? Kelly, I don't have to pump out my boat. I have an old-fashioned outhouse type seating arrangement in my boat. It's called a bucket and a bag. So we just use, we go to the bathroom, we bag it up and put it in the garbage. That's what we do here. So I don't get pumped out. I am planning on changing that back into a regular holding tank and a flush system at some time in the near future. So there's something wrong with Doug. Yeah, Saul, Doug's having issues with his gallbladder. I've seen 2 dinghies lost this year by towing and chafing. Doesn't hurt to add an extra line. And I have an extra line on mine. Thank you very much. WB in hospital with gallbladder issues. Yep. It would be Doug, baby, sweetheart. Good to see you, man. Oh, okay, thank you. Trying to learn to see if it's something I want to invest in. Sure. Just throw that big overboard solution by dilution. Yeah, and I don't think so, Saul. We don't do that. Why don't you paint both sides of your door? Steve, that's not the door I'm painting. The other door that I'm painting, I don't have in place right now. I don't have the hardware on it. So, although for what I'm using this for, I'm not locking it right now. I guess I could put my new one up there. I just didn't. I just forced a habit, grabbed this one and put it there. So, any storms today? We got 2 small thunderstorms. Yeah, actually, it's just starting here, Slipstream. It just started raining here right as I was starting the live stream, and the winds were beginning to pick up pretty good. So, are all boats like yours go and bag? No, a lot of boats, most sailboats have a water flush system in the holding tank. That would be illegal, so that certainly would. Hey, Carl, I've not watched you in a while. My slice of heaven outdoors. How you doing? I've been busy. How have you been? I have been awesome, man. Thank you very much. I've been awesome living here on my sailboat. Didn't know it was illegal. Yep, it's illegal, Saul. Surprised there's such a thing. Yep. I have a toilet Lester. Waste goes to a 25-gallon tank. There you go. 12 miles out to dump that stuff. Yeah, you can do that. You can dump overboard once you're out past. I think he's right. 12 miles. So the dog poop goes in the bag, I guess. No, the dog poop legally can go over the side. Just human poop cannot go over the side. So just the way the rules are. So My dog poops up on the bow. She pees and poops her business up on the bow. And I laugh because I always think bow wow when I think about it, but she goes and pees and poops up on the bow. I tend to let it dry up there because it's a lot easier to deal with when it's dried. If you go up there and try to deal with it when it's fresh, you make a hell of a mess. But when it's dry, you just pop them over the side. It's no big deal. I use a little paddle and I smack them over the side. So actually it would be kind of fun to have a golf club for that, but I don't have a golf club on board. So I pop them over the side and then I wash and scrub the deck down and disinfect it. So run all of her pee through the scuppers over the side, and that's all perfectly legal. But a human being pooping in the water, that's not. So have you sold the farm yet? I'm not going there. We don't want to take a chance anchor, so I came back to Marina, and it's 3 miles offshore to dump. There you go, Slipstream. Yep, so you came back to the Marina too. I understand. Yep, dog poop, yep. Okay, yep, 12 miles south shore, 12 yards, poop is poop. Yeah, 3 miles offshore for human waste, although regulations can vary. Don't know if it's legal, but would be disgusting. Flounder and crabs eat dog poop, bottom dwellers, yeah. You have a toilet and heat on the boat. I have a toilet, as we just discussed, and I do not have heat on the boat. Although running the refrigeration does generate quite a bit of heat on the boat. Lily poop is good instead of tax for trespassing on deck. I guess so, Bill. Just throw your poop out at night when it's legal. Yeah, it's not legal. Now, why would Waukesha, you shouldn't have timed him out for that. What Mike Smith said was okay. Huh. Yep. Alright, sorry about that, Mike. I don't know why you were timed out. Pooping in the night, good times. Yeah, well. Yeah, this conversation's gone to hell in a handbasket, hadn't it? Pilot is a mod still. Yeah. Pilot guy is bad news. Well, you just sometimes, it's difficult for you guys that don't know how to, that are not mods and have not been a mod. It's very difficult when the chat moves along to hit just the right person. So I don't think he was necessarily going after Mike Smith, but that's who he just got. So are your mods on a tear? No, it's just okay. One mod timed out, one guy. Chill out, folks. He's fine. He's nude. Okay. Crazy Captain Carl, good to see you. Okay, Mickey, good to see you too. Felix, did you get your welding done, Carl? No, Felix, unfortunately, I've not. My buddy Douglas, whose welder I'm going to be using, is in the hospital right now. So we're waiting for him to get well before we'll be able to get the welding done. So pilots should stick to modeling flying channels. Okay, guys. Golfing toes isn't good. Okay. It's not difficult. I was on a chat recently that never timed out anyone, no matter what. It was fun. Well, I'm not necessarily agreeing with that, and my mods know not to ban anybody, but they do time some people out if some things are incorrect or not. But you know, maybe a little heavy-handed. I didn't see what the guy said, so I don't know what it was for. But cocktails tonight or just water? Just water. Wow, all of a sudden my generator really kicked on. My refrigeration must have just kicked up. Some chats don't even have them. They make fun of people. Had to say it, Waukesha, you know I'm just kidding. Okay. Whatever, enough. Let's move on from the mods, guys. They're just trying to help as best they can. So, in any event, so we're just sitting out a storm right now. It's going to be blowing, you know, they're talking about wind speeds of 20 miles an hour sustained with possible gusts going to 45, and I've even heard 60. Now, the last time we had a storm here, and they said we were going to have 18-mile-an-hour winds, we had water spouts in the bay, and we had recorded wind speeds of 55 to 60 miles an hour, even though it was only supposed to be less than 20. So if they're actually calling for 20 now, you know, going to be cautious. So a lot of people jump up and down, yell and scream that I don't have insurance. Well, one of the ways I get around from not having insurance is I try to be very cautious about stuff. Which is why I decided to move on to a mooring ball, because that was safer. Any event, it is what it is, kids. At least with this big storm, you'll have time to organize that inside. Yep, I'm all organized already. So, watched a few minutes of a couple chats earlier this week, and you were drunk about 2 or 3 nights in a row, I believe. Good for you, cuz drinking is fine. Well, okay. I don't know if I was drunk or not. Just because someone's drinking alcohol doesn't necessarily make them drunk, but whatever. Last time I saw you was Lake Erie. Yeah, that was a while ago, 800 miles ago, man. Hey, Tickle Me Finn, how you doing, buddy? I'm glad to see you here. What do you do at night with no TV? Well, I do a live stream every night from 7 to 8 o'clock. That pretty much occupies the bigger part of my evening. And then after the live stream, I might watch a little something on Amazon Prime, or I might watch a YouTube video, or I might just, you know, clean up the boat a little bit and make bed and go to sleep. I tend to be in bed by 9 o'clock. I don't stay up all hours of the night like a lot of you folks do. I tend to go to bed when it gets dark, and I get up when it gets light. So, I love water sports, and you know what, Rhonda, I also really enjoy sitting out in the cockpit late in the evening and just enjoying the view, enjoying the sunset. Sometimes I'll just sit up in the cockpit by myself and you know, have a sundowner or a glass of wine or something, and just sit there and just enjoy the evening, seeing the lights on shore, that kind of stuff. I honestly really enjoy. That's one of my real true pleasures on the boat, I guess, that I really just enjoy sitting in the cockpit late in the evening. I mean, there's been a number of times I've had my bed made and I was getting ready to lay down in bed. I'm sitting there with you know, nothing but my underwear on, and it's dark out, and I'm like, well, what the hell? So I go up and I sit in the cockpit for an hour in the dark, just sitting up there in my underwear looking around. You know, of course nobody can see me, it's dark, what have you, so I don't worry about the fact I'm only wearing my underwear. But it's really nice just to sit up there and enjoy the weather and enjoy the lights and listen to the boats coming and going and watching the stars, and it's kind of nice. So, all right, I missed a lot in the chat with that little thing. So, I love water sports. Do you ski? I used to ski. I don't ski anymore. Delos doesn't have insurance either. Really? I would be surprised that Delos doesn't have insurance. Forecast of 11 p.m. Winds 28 miles per hour from the east, gust up to 43 miles per hour. There you go. I doubt he was drunk. Only fools and passengers get drunk at sea. Well, Delos has $4 million in escrow. I don't know if they have $4 million in escrow, but okay. Delos does have insurance. Too bad you're so far away. I have a small portable TIG unit. Oh man, that would be exactly what I need, actually. Don't need insurance if you have nothing to lose. That's my motto. I have lots of mottos. Sounds wonderful and relaxing. It really is, Rhonda. Ban Lester for that question. That's why they have it. With the strong winds out of the southeast, one at anchor on the south end of the bay. It looks narrow and well protected. Just an idea. That's what we do. And Bubba, you know, normally I would agree with that. But from what I'm looking at with this storm, my wind directions are going to whip around. I'm supposed to be getting wind coming from the south. Then it's going to be blowing from the east. There just wasn't you know, a good spot to get all that protection. So right now I am located over on the far east. What would I be? South. I'm in the southeast corner of the bay right now, and I'm really pretty close to land. And the wind's supposed to be blowing from land away from me to out to sea. So I'm in a good spot. I'm not on a lee shore here. I'm in a good spot right at the moment. Pilot cane toads are a national environmental threat. A gold club is a humane way to dispatch and encourage the population to help deal with ecological man-made disaster. Thank you, Mike, for that clarification. I'm sorry you were timed out. But yes, cane toads are an actual environmental threat in Australia. Pilot, it's not for you to be the moral police on the subject. I doubt you know very little about. Not impressed, but you keep spreading your chemical trails. Yeah, so I think at this point, Pilot realizes he probably shouldn't have timed you out, Mike. I think we're all good here. So I go nuts in such a small space. Need room for myself and wife. Do you have someone there with you for company? Just me and my dog. I'm on a 1974 Cal 229, so I've got a 29-foot sailboat. So I've got my living quarters down below here, which has a galley and a kitchen, and there's a V berth and a settee where I'm sitting and a couple quarter berths, but I have them all full of stuff at the moment. But then I also have the salon and the deck up on top. So it's only 29 feet and 10 feet wide, but it's actually like a two-story house. I got the whole downstairs, and then I've got the whole upstairs during the day or nice weather. So let's see. My husband had a small sailboat, Catalina Sport, I think it was, called. Our son just sold it for me. After his passing, he loved sailing, and I guess I liked it too. I kind of miss sailing now. Oh, Carol, I'm sorry to hear about your husband. Yeah, sailing is a very pleasant sport. You must be in Australia, Mike. I saw a show on those toads. Yes, he is. Welcome back, Mike Smith, and happy Sunday to you. Thank you, Billy. Because you are smart and inquisitive. Okay. Carol goes sailing with Carl. Yeah. I didn't know that. Sorry. It's okay. It's all good, Pilot man. It's all good. That happens. Maybe when you head south, haul out in Green Cove, we could jump on some fab projects. Hey, that might not be a bad tickle me fin. That might be a bad idea. Let's talk about doing that. Thank you, Mr. Goodman. Cheers, Billy. I might be selling my old cruiser today. Fingers crossed. There you go. What does that mean, Ray? Smarter inquisitive means I am banned? As long as that works for you, and that's what's important. There you go. You're single and you love sailing, go hang with Carl for a couple weeks. Apology accepted, Pilot. I've had my vent. We can move on. There you guys go. Like gentlemen. Love it. Carol, hopefully you can get another boat. It's fun. Yep. Lester, you're not banned. I'd love to go sailing for a couple of weeks. You would have to be somewhere warmer, though. Yeah. Well, I'll be heading someplace warmer this summer, so sarcasm, never mind. Yeah, Carl, go for it. Go for what, Lester? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Not sure what you're talking about. But in any event, guys. So, pretty quiet here on the boat, except for the generator running. The wind is supposed to be picking up, but it's really not all that bad right now. It looks like the rain has quit. I don't see any raindrops running down my windows at the moment. You guys can, I don't know if you guys can, well, you can't see out there, but pretty cloudy, overcast, wind blowing. It's supposed to get worse as the night goes on. So the more spaces you have, the more junk you have. And isn't that the truth? Yeah. Yeah, isn't that the truth? I just seem like I'm just wall to wall with stuff in here. I've been trying to put up a lot of effort to trying to get some things sorted, organized, and cleaned up. And it seems like every time I try to get one area organized, I disorganize or clutter up another area. So it's just, you know, it's what I call the sailboat shuffle, guys. You just move stuff from one side to another all the time. So, yeah. Don't lie, you touch underage girls, don't you? We all know it. Okay, I think Luke can go away. Goodbye, Luke. Hey, Don. I have to go. I'll keep checking for sales. Good night. Okay, Lester. What boats does everyone have? I have a used 38 1981 up on Maine and heading south in about a week. Cool. Yeah, Pilot, I already banned them, man. You didn't have to deal with that. Did you get rid of everything you own, or do you have a couple storage? I got rid of everything I own, Saul. Everything Everything that I own right now is on this boat. Carl, if the weather gets choppy, go on a live stream so we can see what it's like. Well, if the weather gets choppy, I mean, they're talking about it getting really nasty around 11 o'clock or midnight, and I can assure you I'm not going to be doing a live stream at that time. So, my sister has a CNC 27, love going with her when I have time. Canvas work is busy this time of year. I imagine it is, yeah. You like little kitties, big man? I do too. What is with this? Oh, I guess we're having another troll attack, guys. Sorry about that. So, my wife is a clutter specialist, Diana 37. My boat is neat, everything in its place, and a place for everything. Yeah. Did you get rid of your guns? My son is holding my guns. Thank you. You're a lucky man. I love being at sea whilst the storm is happening. Cheers, Carl. Regards as ever. Hey, Sam. How you doing, buddy? Glad to see you here. So, we really don't have anything real exciting to talk about though tonight, guys. I mean, you know, there's kind of a storm coming, but it's not here yet, so that's not really newsworthy. What kind of guns do you have? Oh man, Saul, I used to be a federal firearms dealer. I have an FFL, or I did have an FFL. So I've bought and sold all kinds of guns. Mainly I like shotguns, trap, skeet, and sporting clays, you know, clay target shooting, that kind of stuff. I used to be pretty good at that kind of stuff back in the day. Not quite so much anymore. Haven't shot much in a while, but other than that, you know, everything, rifles, pistols, you know, black weapons, as we call them, you know, today, whatever the politically correct word is for it. So I've had everything from Uzis and HK91s and Mac 10s to, you know, Remington 700s and Brownings and high-powered hunting rifles to handguns. You know, I've bought and sold and owned them all. A bunch. I have a bunch. Bristol 40 is my favorite top 5 boats. Rain is so peaceful sounding on the roof of the boat. Yes, it is. I think that's what I miss the most, huh? Gravy boat. I only own a gravy boat. That's funny. What's the latest on Doug's condition? Johnny Hag. Doug's in the house. We'll let him update everybody. Okay. Do I have any cool guns left? I do. Yes. Can you give us a peek outside the window to see the wind sea conditions? Yeah, I probably can do that here in just a minute. Super Black Eagle. Hey partner, can't stay. Hey Chief Hasbin, how you doing, man? All right, buddy, we'll see you later. Any projects checked off today? No, Bubba, today's been all about storm prep. It's really been all about storm prep today. Well, you really know your guns. I've owned a bunch of them, Saul. I agree, Carl. Rain on the roof while at anchor is relaxing. It really is, yep. They sure are. I bet they're pretty valuable. Don't sell them ever. Actually, I've sold quite a few of my guns over the years. A lot of the guns that I have now are not necessarily valuable as much as they just have a family interest to me, you know. I've got some, like I have my grandmother's pocket pistol. It was a Smith & Wesson Model 1. A Model 1 Smith & Wesson and 25 rimfire. Kind of an interesting piece. It's sort of a break action nickel plated Smith & Wesson handgun from, you know, what, 18 something. So Gene, buddy, thank you. Gene Callahan, $25 on PayPal. Eugene, thank you very much, sir. I really appreciate it. It is much needed right now, sir. So thank you for that, Gene. I appreciate the contribution through my PayPal account. For those of you interested, in the description down below, there's links to my Patreon and my PayPal account should you want to become a patron or donate to the cause. All donations greatly appreciated. So, I was a sniper back in the day. I can pick off a troller from a mile away. Yeah. If only there was a hunting season on them, huh? Oh, thanks, Gene. I appreciate it, buddy. I do. So, Yeah, I've owned a lot of guns. I tend to favor, like I said, shotguns because that's the kind of stuff I enjoy doing. Over unders mostly because those are, you know, really the best design for upland hunting and for skeet and trap shooting and that kind of stuff. Sporting clays, which I've shot a lot of. I actually used to own a gun club in Ohio called Pine Brook Shooting Sports. What year was it? I think in 2004 it was. I don't remember the year now. We hosted the Ohio State Sporting Clays Championship there. Had a really big shoot. But I've shot a lot of competitive trap and skeet, sporting clays, quite a bit over the years. In fact, I used to be a saw a place called Pine Brook Shooting Sports that was located in Ohio. Shot quite a bit, a lot of rifle and pistol, hunting, that kind of stuff. And then I've had, you know, I've played with a whole lot of assault weapons that I've owned over the years. So I'd say probably the most interesting piece that I have left right now was my father's shotgun. In 1943, my father went over to Spain and had a AYA Royal Grade shotgun made for himself. So if you know anything about AYA shotguns, it's a 16 gauge side-by-side shotgun. It's just gorgeous, just drop dead gorgeous, bunch of scroll on it. Probably the most valuable gun in my gun collection. But like I said, that's already gone to my sons and it's earmarked for my grandson. So not really mine anymore, just, you know, stuff that I've taken care of during my lifetime. Gotti? What does that mean, Doug? Gotti. Huh. You've done a lot for your age. Yeah, I certainly have. I like doing different things, John. I like change. You know. Did you barbecue skeet? Good eating. Yes, Saul. In fact, if you look through my video collection, you will find a video I did of me barbecuing some skeets. So clay pigeon, not bad either. Yep. Yeah, I did quite the funny video on barbecuing skeets. So if you go to my channel and then search for the word skeet, S-K-E-E-T, and I'll bring up that video. You can watch that. It's pretty funny. I cooked that on my grill up in Alaska after a day of, I think the video or a couple of videos just before that, you'll see a video of me skeet shooting at a gun club in Alaska. But then I did that sort of fun spoof cooking thing where I cooked a skeet. So I have a Remington double barrel 12 gauge from the late 1800s. My uncle gave me. Nice. Nice. Gotta go. Okay, Doug, buddy, you take care, buddy. We'll catch you later. That was good eating. It certainly was. Your uncle must be old. Okay, good luck, Doug. Nice lean piece of skeet sounds right now. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, they're hard to cook. You need to have the secret ingredient to make them good and tender. So, had it for 40 plus years. Wow. Yeah, see, I kind of like having those guns that have a little history to them like that. You know, I've got my dad's old Marlin Goose gun, a little 12 gauge bolt action shotgun. I mean, it's really not worth anything, but it was my dad's duck hunting gun, and so it brings back good memories. So, look at all these people giving good wishes to Douglas. That's what I love about this community, guys. All you guys just reaching out and trying to make Doug feel better. That's awesome. That's really awesome. He's a good guy. He deserves it. He's a real good guy. So, but you know, I've always known good guys. Even my buddy Steve. You know, Steve called up and wanted to know if I wanted to ride to go over and see Doug today, and I would have loved to have done that with Steve, but I had to get all the storm prep work done. So, Eric, $25 on PayPal. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate that, man. I won't say anything further, but Eric just hit me on PayPal for $25. Thank you, sir. Very, very good of you. Had a KD skeet gun. Yeah, they make good. They're a good gun. Krieghoffs are good guns. In fact, James, you might be interested to know that Dieter Krieghoff and I used to shoot in the same Sporting Clays team together. Dieter Krieghoff sponsored a guy by the name of Roger Starrett. Roger used to come down and shoot at my gun club, and Roger invited me to join him and Dieter and a couple other guys when we went over to Maryland and shot a tournament over there called the Big Pig. Which we didn't win at, but we showed pretty good with it though. So yeah, I know Dieter fairly well, the guy who makes the Krieghoff shotguns. All the guys left are just sentimental. There you go. Hello. Heel fast Doug. Yeah. Sorry, you speak English, Brazil. Okay, we're getting more attacks, I guess. I have a bag of super old 38 specials, never registered, true story. Huh. Well. I think after the Mike Smith thing, pilot's a little hesitant to attack anybody, Arcula, so nope, not going to. Hello, my name is, yeah. Carl's call. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'll take care of this, pilot. How's that? Okay? We'll just do it that way. Okay. Oh, that's weird. Hey, Paul, it looks like some trolls are around now. I heard you always had and beat the sheet out of the skeet to eat. Yeah, yep, that's true. You got to tenderize them, man. Bars, half an old army duffel bag. Huh. Yes, a bag, half an old army duffel bag. Wow, okay. Elvis gave my granddad a Colt 38. Nice. Yeah, cool, I know. When they come back in again, we'll deal with them. Elvis, yeah. Oh, thank you very much. Why is it everybody thinks they need to do an Elvis impersonation? I don't get it. I really don't, so. Well, anyhow, kiddos, we're getting pretty close to the end of the, oh man, you know, I don't deal with people that just want me to notice them, so, we're almost to the end of the hour here, guys, so let's do a shameless shout out here. Yes, Elvis has left the chat. There you go. How is ground skeet to eat? I don't know about ground skeet. I like to leave mine as steaks, so I just cook mine that way. Seriously, go back and check out that video I did. You'll find it funny. I think I did a pretty good job with that one. I need to do more of that kind of stuff on my channel, actually. So, what is a skeet? It's a clay target that's used in shooting sports like trap skeet and sporting clays, Rhonda. It's a round, I mean, they have a lot of different shapes, but generally it's a 108 millimeter round disc made out of clay that you use a machine to throw and then you shoot at it. So, skeets, clay pigeon. Yes, same thing, clay pigeon. Yeah, clay target. And there's a bunch of different designs. There's the 108 millimeter, there's a 90, there's something called the Batu, there's little 50s, which are little small ones. Why would you eat that? Well, you'd have to watch my video, Love Sailing, to see why you would eat that. So, hey Steve Gifford, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you here. It was very funny. I'm glad you liked that, Akula. So, anyhow, I keep trying to get to this. Shameless shout out time. If you have a YouTube channel, guys, give yourself a shameless shout out. Say, hey, I've got a YouTube channel. Come subscribe to my YouTube channel. See if you can. I mean, we got 97 people here, even though we only have 32 thumbs up. Come on, guys, pound the thumbs up. Let's go ahead and do a shameless shout out. And anybody that's got a YouTube channel, you can give yourself a plug and hopefully you'll attract some subscribers. I thought it was something you ate. I need to get a life. It's all good, Rhonda. Actually, I did a funny video where I cooked some and then ate them. So, you cooked them right, nothing left to eat. Yeah, there you go. Love the video, it was hilarious. Okay. Can I have a shout out? I'm not a troll. Okay. Really good. Just got back from watching the Blue Angels. Oh, cool, man. So anyhow, kids, we're getting toward the end of the hour, and I did say that I was going to open the window so you guys could see out. I've actually not looked out since the live stream started. Oh! So why don't we go ahead and do that together, shall we? All right, it's not raining. Oh, got to unplug you. You're plugged in. That's what it looks like upwind. And there you go. Quick look around the bay. So, do another barbecue skeet with smoked troll. There you go. Yep, don't worry about the fact that they don't have numbers. Go ahead and hit thumbs up anyway. It does work. Just got back from watching the Blue Angels. Okay. But it didn't do anything. That's fine. It did do something. You just didn't realize it. It's fine. From a few before. Should have been the Blue Carol. Stay safe, Carl. Deal with it. Takahashi on Instagram. Okay. Yeah, you go. Takahashi Maru's got Instagram. Check him out. No whitecaps yet. The storm was supposed to start at 6. It started raining a little bit at 6, but the wind's not going to get really big until about 11 o'clock. Flag flapping looks like about 12 knots. Yeah, I don't think it's quite 12 knots right now. All right, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and end this here. I got a couple things to do, and I'm getting dripped on, so it's starting to rain again. So we'll have more for you tomorrow, kids. Be good, be careful. To those of you guys that... This is Lilly and I say good night, kids. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.